What's happening, YouTube? Jonathan Perriente, the Education 10 here, coming at you guys with another video. I want to ask you guys to please continue to check and subscribe to my channel for more YouTube videos. My apologies for not having done a video in about a couple of weeks. It's just kind of had a lot going on over the past. Nothing bad or anything, but it's good to be back. Good to be back making another video, and as you can see today, I am in my Yankees shirt today. Because this video now, today, haven't talked baseball in quite a while, will be about the Yankees. And, well, coming off a very impressive doubleheader win over the Rays last night, Yankees now have really put more distance from the Red Sox and Tampa Bay going into the second half now of the season. We're past the All-Star break. So, now the big question, if you're the Yankees, and this has been on everyone's mind, as we approach the end of July, this is the biggest time of the year, the trade deadline. And let's go right into it and just talk about some of the pitchers that are out there on the trade market and whom do I think will be a good fit for the Yankees lineup. All right, so as we are now in mid-July, past the All-Star break, Yankees are in prime position to win the American League East and get themselves into the heart of the playoff race and get there with home field advantage and not be a wild card. So now we have a lot of pitchers on the free agency market, a lot of pitchers on the board that could be traded. And let's bring up a couple of them. We have, well, Marcus Stroman, Madison Bumgarner, Matt Boyd, Robbie Ray, Trevor Bauer. Have some bullpen guys out there on the board. Will Smith is a possible free agent target. Just to name a couple. Tony Watson is another guy that people are going to go after. Syndergaard's on the market. Possibly somebody could sign him. Zach Wheeler's out there. Mike Minor is out there. That's just from pitching staff players. That's just pitchers for now. Nothing. And right now, the big move, if you're the Yankees, is which of these players do you want to go after? And you know, other playoff-bound teams are going to be going after these same players. So, who do I think would be a good fit is going to be the big question. Now, every one of these pitchers that I've mentioned, particularly of the starting variety, they all have some advantages, and they have some disadvantages. Well, let's begin with Marcus Stroman. Yes, he does not have a great record. He's 5-10 on the year. But he has an ERA in the low threes, has a 53% ground ball rate, which is one of the best in baseball. Kid's from New York. He has mentioned many times about he would love to play in New York. He can handle the spotlight. He loves the big moment. Everything you'd want to hear out of a pitcher. Definitely would I think he would be a good fit for the Yanks? Yes. The Yankees need starting pitching. It's an urgent matter for them right now. I'm not saying they haven't gotten contributions out of who they have. Domingo Germán has really stepped up. Yes, Luis Severino has been out. Obviously, the Yanks have been contemplating maybe they'll just wait till Severino comes back and not even have to go after getting a starter. But if you're the Yankees right now, and this is what's plagued them the last couple years, you need a starting pitcher. Look what happened in 2017. The Astros ended up taking Justin Verlander, and guess what happened? They went to the World Series, they beat the Yankees in the championship series, and went on to win. Yankees ended up the Yankees ended up getting Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray's not a Yankee no more now. He's playing for the Cincinnati Reds, where he's revived his career. Then we fast forward to 2018. Same issue happened. Again, starting pitchers were out there for the Yanks. They didn't go after them. They went after Lance Lynn and signed Zach Britton. And not that Zach Britton wasn't a bad signing or anything, but they got Lance Lynn. They got a couple little filler pitchers. They didn't get a real ace pitcher when they could have gotten one. And again, Yankees did not win their respective playoff. They went only to the division series, and that was it. Boston went on to not only beat them there, they won the whole thing. And guess what? Boston took a piece that the Yankees could have gotten as well. Nathan Eovaldi was out there. Boston took Eovaldi instead, and they went on to win the World Series with him. Garrett Cole was available at the start of the season. The Yankees could have signed him. And again, Houston took him. So that alone was 2017 and 2018. And now here we are in 2019. The Yankees have one of the best records in baseball just behind the Dodgers. We're like kind of right there with them. And right now the Yankees are in a spot where they can run away with the East right now if they get the starting pitcher that they desperately need. Now, I talked about Stroman. He could be a very good fit for them. Another piece for me would be Madison Bumgarner. Now, Mad Bum is not on the Yankees trade list. He's not. But Mad Bum provides playoff experience. He's won 3 World Series. He's been asked to pitch 5 1/3 out of the bullpen once. In 2014, he did that. He was asked to pitch in a wild card game against the Mets. He shut him out. If there was ever a guy you want on a mound that can deliver a big game, it's Mad Bum. A left-handed pitcher, which is very cool, has a deceptive delivery and can strike people out. The guy just knows how to pitch. Definitely be somebody the Yankees would love to have. I think he'd be a great fit here too. But again, for him to come to the Yankees, he would have to waive his no-trade list of going to the Yankees. Houston is also in the mix to try to go after him, as they are with Stroman. Then you have Matt Boyd. Doesn't throw very hard, strikes guys out. Yes, he was playing on a bad Tigers team. The question, though, is, would he be somebody you want on the Yanks? Well, again, I mean, he has definitely good stuff. Does he have a little bit of control issues? Yes. And also, the guy's not really been playoff tested, so I'm a little concerned about having this guy pitch for the Yanks when he's never been to a playoff game. So my doubts are there with Boyd. Then you have Robbie Ray, somebody the Yankees could think about. Good power arm, can strike guys out, but his problem is walks. And when you play in Yankee Stadium and you play the big team, the big games in the playoffs, walks could be killers. And as much as Robbie Ray's great at striking guys out, the walks come back to bite him a lot, and it forces him to throw a lot of pitches. And the Yankees can't afford to have somebody that can't eat up innings. They need somebody to give him 7 innings a start, give him some options. Now it brings me to Trevor Bauer. And this is a toss-up for me. I'm really between 3 pitchers right now if I'm the Yankees, if I wanted to get 3 good names. Stroman, Bumgarner, Bauer. Bauer's got very good stuff, can throw 95, 96. He has a great breaking ball. And more importantly, and this is the big thing about Bauer that I like, not only has he been proven to play in the playoffs and he can pitch in the playoffs, not only can he handle the big moments, I think he can handle them pretty well, the guy will give you 120 pitches a start. That's what you need in a starting pitcher, and it's what a lot of pitchers today aren't doing no more. You don't get too many of them that throw over 120 pitches anymore. Very rare that you see that anymore. Bauer has proven he can pitch 120 pitches easily. So that's a guy that can eat up innings for you. He could probably give you a couple extra innings and maybe another starter normally wouldn't. That's somebody the Yankees, I think, would love to go after. And someone I think they need to go after. The problem now is what we get to the next week here. The Yankees have a couple of very big games coming up over the next week. They play Colorado starting tonight. They play Minnesota on the road at Target Field. And then they close out the next week playing the Red Sox at Fenway, 4 games. A chance to really put away the Red Sox, I think, for good. But the key will be, will the Yankees have a move in place by the time that match with the Red Sox happens? It's a very good question, and honestly, we'll have to see. But if I'm the Yankees right now, you're between 3 pitchers. Obviously, Bumgarner will have to waive his list of teams he wants to be traded to for the Yankees to even have a shot at him. So if that doesn't work, you're down to Stroman and you're down to Bauer. And 2 of these 3 teams right now are still alive in the playoff mix. The Giants looked dead about a couple weeks ago, And suddenly now they're 2.5 behind for the wild card. So suddenly now the Giants may not trade Bumgarner, nor may they trade Will Smith. Well, we'll see about it. They'll probably part with one of their pitchers. Maybe Will Smith goes. But the Yankees already kind of don't need a bullpen guy. But teams like the Red Sox, the Dodgers, they may want Will Smith. They may want Tony Watson at some point. So, depending on where the Giants go over the next couple of weeks, we'll see. That will determine where Bumgarner goes, I believe. Stroman, I think, is the nearest candidate to possibly pitching in his last game sometime today. Blue Jays are going nowhere. They're going in another direction next year for sure with the younger players they have. They're going to have to give away. They're going to have to kind of rebuild a little bit. Stroman, who is the ace of that staff, is going to have to be the one they have to let go. And of course, I think the Yankees would thrive having Stroman. I think he'd be great for that team, and he can handle New York. He'll feed off that crowd's energy for sure. So he looks like the next piece to probably go, but other teams are looking at Stroman. I mentioned the Astros are looking at him. The Padres are looking at him. Teams like the Dodgers may want to get their hands on him. So his value and his stock is at an all-time high. And then you have Trevor Bauer. The Indians are not out of the playoff race either. They're closing in very quickly on the Twins, only about down 4 games. The Indians have a great depth in their pitching staff. So and even though they have a proven group of other great pitchers, that Bauer, can be maybe expendable, Bauer now giving him up could be very costly because right now Kluber's still not back yet. Carrasco is out because of, unfortunately, leukemia. Clevenger just came back, which is good. But they don't have too much other reliable guys right now in that rotation. Yeah, you have Shane Bieber looks great. Plezak's a little up and down. Plezak's still a rookie. You don't know what you're going to quite get out of him when the playoffs come. So the Indians are in a tight spot, and they have to give up players because they're over the salary cap, and they have to go under. They have to go under the luxury tax and all that. So will Bauer get moved? I would think he will. But the question is when. So we're going to see very, very soon, over the next couple weeks, I think, who is getting moved, who's going to stay. Be very curious who the Yankees go after. As Brian Cashman's hinted, starting pitching is something they are going after. But if they want to get the right starting pitcher, if they want to get the right deal, it's going to cost them some of their big prospects. Probably Clint Frazier, probably Estevan Florial, possibly Davy Garcia, which I really hope the Yankees don't trade. But at the end, Cashman has to make the right move. Who will it be? Who do I think will be the guy the Yankees go after? And hopefully I'm right. I predict the Yankees will get Marcus Stroman. I think Marcus Stroman, the Yankees will end up getting him. I don't think it will cost them a fortune to get him. Bauer may cost a little more. So we'll see where the Yankees go. For me, I think they get Stroman. We'll find out very soon if that's true. But we'll see. Baseball season, second half of the year just begins. The road to the playoffs begins now. Jonathan Pariente, The Education 10, saying bye for now.